Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. This is KotOR RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today here in the presence of this beautiful set of people over here, and of beautiful people as well, not just the set of them, in this beautiful place in the Jedi Academy of Things. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. We are just gonna get a little bit of Jedi training. We're also gonna have a chat with these guys over here. And also, I probably should talk to Carth over here. Hey, man.
Yes, what's on your mind?
Do you know anything about this place?
Dantooine's a boring place. It's all plains and herders and small settlements. Perfect for the Jedi to lose themselves in, I guess. Well, that's all I can think of, at any rate.
No? Sure. I wanted to continue our discussion from before.
I thought I said I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Don't you think you'd feel better if you discussed it?
Not particularly. I guess it wouldn't hurt exactly either, though I don't know why you're so interested. When I think of all the men who betrayed us, the one that stands out above all of them is the one that I respected the most. Saul.
You say that name like I should know it?
You don't. I thought everyone did. But Admiral Saul Carth is the commander of the entire Sith fleet. He's half the reason Malak has done so well in the war. Saul was my commanding officer back when the Mandalorian Wars first began. He taught me everything about being a soldier, and I looked up to him. Saul approached me before he left. He talked to me about how the Republic was on the losing side and about how I should start thinking of my survival. I know now that he was trying to recruit me into the Sith, but I couldn't have conceived of it back then. I argued with him, and he got angry, and he left. I never saw him again.
You got lucky, that's what you got. You didn't think he would betray the Republic?
Saul was my mentor. He led us to so many victories against the Mandalorians. Even when things looked to be at their worst, I couldn't conceive of it. He couldn't be serious. I was wrong, of course. He not only left us for the Sith, he gave them the codes to bypass our scanners. I remember waking up as the first of the Sith bombers snuck past our defenses and began destroying half of our docked ships. I knew right away what had happened. I could have stopped him. I could have stopped it all.
Do you really believe that?
I don't know, maybe. He might have killed me if I tried, or I might have killed him. I was stupid, however, and I let him go. No, I fought Saul for years now, and if I ever catch up to him, he will regret what he's done. He will regret it.
That's terrible, man. I feel awful for you.
Well, there's more to the story, I guess. But I don't want to talk about it right now. Let's go.
Let's. Okay. Hey, Mission. I wanted to talk to you as well.
Hey there. What can I do for you?
Do you know anything about the planet we're on?
I'm not the one you should ask about Dantooine. I didn't even know there was a Jedi Academy here. I always thought it was just a bunch of settlers and farmers. Sorry I can't be more help, you know? Is there anything else I can do for you?
Yeah, I want to talk about your brother.
I'm sorry for the way I acted before. It's just that when it comes to Lena, I tend to get a little worked up.
Yeah. What did she do to you?
My brother and me had a good thing going. Sure, Griff had his run-ins with the law on Terrace, but we got by okay, until Lena came and ruined everything. She was a dancer at the cantina where my brother used to go play Pazik. Griff could be a real smooth talker, and it wasn't long before the two of them were dating. But Lena was used to dating rich Teresian nobles, guys with mountains of credits. Griff could never give her the lifestyle she was used to, no matter how hard he worked.
You mean no matter how much he stole?
I'm not gonna pretend Griff wasn't a hustler and a con artist, but that doesn't mean you can just insult him. He did what he did to look out for me. I thought Lena would brush Griff off when she saw how poor he was, but for some reason, she stuck around. I guess she saw the potential for a big payday down the road.
Maybe she actually liked Griff.
I saw Lena for what she really was, a busty, credit-grubbing cantina rat. She used Griff and took away the only family I had. After they'd been together for a few months, Griff told me he was leaving Terrace. He and Lena were going to try and make their fortune off-world. He promised as soon as he made enough credits he'd come back and get me, and we'd all live like royalty. That was 2 years ago. I haven't seen him since. I don't even know where he went.
Maybe we're gonna find him, but he's not gonna find you anymore. I mean, Terrace is all dust now. Maybe something happened to him.
Oh, I know what happened. As soon as she got him off Terrace, Lena sunk her claws into Griff butt good. She twisted him around her little finger and made him forget all about me. I know I'll probably never see Griff again. But part of the reason I came with you was the hope that I could find out what happened to my brother. Don't worry. I won't let the search for Griff get in the way of what we're doing. Let's just get back to the task at hand. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Do you want? Yeah, no, nothing. Never mind.
Okay, have it your way.
Yep. Let's have a chat with these guys. Hey, Bastila. How's it going? Let me save the game.
If you have questions, you should direct them toward the Jedi Council members.
Oh. Sure. Hey, little guy! Hello!
Good evening, apprentice. I trust your training goes well.
I wouldn't, no. Yes, my training is progressing quite well.
I have faith that you will achieve the rank of Padawan soon. Master Jar is most impressed with your progress. May the Force be with you, apprentice.
Well, thank you.
Good evening, apprentice.
Oh, so he goes back to that. Okay, I had some questions.
A Jedi must ever be seeking knowledge. What is it you wish to know?
What can you tell me about Bastila?
Bastila will be a great Jedi someday. Even among the Masters and the Council, it is rare to find one so skilled in the art of battle meditation. Bastila was there when Revan was slain. Did you know that?
I think Carson mentioned something about it, yeah.
Bastila herself does not like to talk about it. She was accompanying the strike team that confronted Revan when the Dark Lord was destroyed. Her role in the death of such a promising young Jedi as Revan upset her greatly. But Bastila knew she had to set her personal feelings aside for the sake of the galaxy and the Republic. The Force is strong with her now, and without her skill in battle meditation, we would have lost this war long ago. The way ahead will be difficult for young Bastila, and for you. But you must draw strength from each other. May the Force be with you. Is there anything else you would like to know?
Yes. Is there anything you can tell me about Revan and Malak?
I knew Revan as a promising young
yeah.
pupil. Revan was strong in the Force, but also headstrong and proud. Such traits are not unusual in a Padawan. Perhaps that was why I did not see the true extent of the danger. Many of the young Jedi admired Revan, including Malak. When Revan set off to challenge the Mandalorians, Malak was the first to join the cause. And when Revan fell to the dark side, it was inevitable Malak would fall as well.
So Revan was stronger than Malak?
Revan was always the leader, the more powerful of the pair. When Revan fell, we had hoped the Sith threat was ended. But Malak quickly assumed Revan's role, and has embraced the dark side power as fully as his old master ever did. Now, Malak leads the Sith Armada against the Republic. Hate and vengeance for his master's death draw Malak ever further down the path of the dark side, fueling his powers until they surpass those of his old master. Only you and Bastila together can stop Malak now. The way ahead will be difficult for young Bastila, and for you. But you must draw strength from each other. May the Force be with you. Is there anything else you would like to know?
I still don't know if Revan is around. I mean, that vision that we got, that definitely was old, because Malak he didn't have the mask that he has on, and I think that might have been because he needs the mask probably because of something that happened to him in a fight. And if Revan died, well, Revan died. I'm not really sure, but it doesn't really matter. Master Vrook doesn't seem to like me much.
Master Vrook may seem harsh and critical, but he understands the dangers that lie in your path. He wants you and Bastila to be fully prepared when you finally face Lord Malak. The way ahead will be difficult for young Bastila, and for you. But you must draw strength from each other.
Yes.
Is there anything else you...
No. I must be going now.
Very well. May the Force be with you.
Yes, many. Hey, Dorek, how's it going, man?
Greetings, young apprentice. Have you come seeking knowledge of the past? Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it.
Yeah.
Or so they say. As a chronicler of the Academy here on Dantooine, I feel it is my duty to share the history of our order with the newly initiated. Unfortunately, our recent history is one of tragedy and bloodshed. The Mandalorian Wars, the fall of Revan and Malak, the rise of the Sith. There are important lessons to be learned from these events, if we do not wish to repeat the mistakes of our past.
Yeah, about Revan. Can I learn about her? No. Well, not from here anyway. I'm eager to learn Master Dorek.
Of course, I could not tell you the entire history of our order. The Jedi have existed for thousands upon thousands of years. We are as old as the Republic itself. Instead, I will begin 40 years ago with the War of Exar Kun. Like Malak and Revan, Exar Kun was a Jedi who fell to the dark side and led an army against the Jedi and the Republic. Exar Kun was defeated, but the war left both the Republic and our own order severely weakened. For 20 years we struggled to rebuild, trying to erase the scars of the terrible conflict.
I think you guys should learn. This is really weird. The whole thing, it's interesting that he says those who fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Well, we're all doomed to repeat history one way or the other. Just, we need to make a conscious effort to not repeat history. These guys seem to completely fail to understand what's going on with the dark side and the light side. Or I am completely misunderstanding the whole thing. Because these guys keep just having people fall to the dark side. What's going on? This is just... I might be. This is a fundamental aspect. I think this is a fundamental aspect of Star Wars, though. So I might be misunderstanding this, or it could be just a shortcoming of the fact that it's a space opera, above more than just actual sci-fi. But yeah, what does this have to do with Revan and Malak?
All things in time. You shall learn that history is an intricate weaving of many events.
Yes.
No one thing can be understood without the proper context. 20 years ago, the Mandalorians, aware that the Republic was in a weakened state, began conquering small worlds on the Outer Rim. They were careful to choose only planets outside the Republic's jurisdiction. After much debate, the Senate chose not to intervene.
See?
As long as the Mandalorians avoided planets that were members of the Republic itself, there would be no retaliation.
Like, that's what I was saying about history. This happens time and again throughout human history, and we only really have like 2 millennia of human history in our own pockets. These guys must have more. So this is, I mean, that sounds like a big mistake.
Well, you can hardly blame the Republic.
No, I can't.
The memory of war was fresh in everyone's mind. Nobody was eager to relive the horrors in a campaign against the Mandalorians. But in the end, it was unavoidable. The Mandalorians stockpiled resources from their conquered worlds, preparing for a massive assault. 7 years ago, they launched a simultaneous attack in 3 separate sectors of Republic space. The Senate had no choice but to retaliate with the entire Republic fleet. The Mandalorian Wars had begun.
You know what? This might have some subtle political undertones, though, with this whole thing. Because it's the Republic, not the Empire. And that might have changed how they affected the war. Because that actually changes a lot the way decisions are made regarding that. Did the Jedi join in? I think not at first.
The Republic petitioned the Jedi Council for aid, but there were many factors to consider before we allowed ourselves to be drawn into another conflict, so soon after the war with Exar Kun. While the Jedi Council preached patience, there were many among our order who were eager for us to join the battle. 2 young knights in particular demanded immediate action, Revan and Malak. They rallied many of the Jedi to their cause, and against the wishes of their masters, joined the Republic fleet battling the Mandalorians. Revan was a brilliant military leader, and the Republic fleet began to win victory after victory. 4 years ago, the Mandalorians surrendered unconditionally.
So, Revan did the right thing?
No one is denying that Revan was one of the keys to defeating the Mandalorians. But something happened out there on the Outer Rim. Instead of returning after the war's end, the ships under Revan's command went deep into unexplored space. They claimed to be searching for the last remnants of the Mandalorian fleet. All contact was lost. For many months it was assumed some great disaster had befallen the entire fleet. Everyone thought they were dead. There were unsubstantiated rumors of Revan and Malak being seen on a number of different planets during these months, scattered sightings that were never confirmed.
Where did they disappear to?
Perhaps they simply went far beyond the edges of Republic space. Maybe they found previously undiscovered hyperspace routes to the ends of the galaxy. Nobody knows for certain. 3 years ago, Revan and Malak returned at the head of a massive invasion fleet. Revan had assumed the title of Sith Lord. The hero had become a conqueror.
Huh, where did Revan get the ships for the Sith fleet, though?
Some of the ships in the Sith fleet are those that were under Revan's command during the Mandalorian Wars, but many more are of an alien design we've never seen before. The source of this massive fleet is one of the many things about the Sith we cannot explain. It seems impossible to have created it in such a short time, yet we cannot deny its existence. The source of the Sith soldiers is unfortunately much easier to understand. Initially, the bulk of the force were former Republic soldiers who had served under Revan. With each conquest, thousands more flocked to join the invaders, swelling their numbers. Even many of our own order have betrayed us, lured by Sith promises of riches and power.
How can anyone hope to stop them?
For 2 years, the Sith were all but invincible. Fortunately, Bastila and her battle meditation allowed the Republic to win a few key victories and kept the Sith from total triumph. In desperation, we set a trap for the Dark Lord. Bastila was with the strike team that tried to capture Revan, as you probably know. She was there at Revan's end. That was nearly a year ago, but things have not improved. Malak has stepped in and assumed the mantle of Dark Lord for himself, though he's far from Revan's equal in strategy or tactics. Still, his fleet continues to grow in both ships and soldiers. If we do not find some way to stop the Sith soon, Malak will overwhelm us with sheer numbers.
What can I learn from Revan's history? Okay, so this actually lends... I think it does mean that I think Malak actually just wants to kill Bastila, if Bastila was responsible for Revan's demise. What can I learn from Revan's history?
Revan's tale shows us how even the greatest of Jedi can fall to the dark side. You must always be on guard against the evil that dwells within you. Think hard upon this lesson.
There's no evil within. Yeah, I will, Master Dorak.
May the Force be with you.
Oh, I wanted...
Greetings, young... As
I know.
chronicler of the Academy,
I know.
you should ponder the history of Revan.
I know. 20 many lessons. Okay, so... What am I supposed to learn from this?
Revan's tale shows us how even...
Yeah, it goes back to that. Where are the Academy's archives?
This facility is a training academy. The archives here are restricted to those who have attained the rank of Master. We must protect overeager Padawans from being exposed to dangerous knowledge. The pursuit of knowledge is a noble goal, but there are some things that require the wisdom of a master to truly understand. You should ponder the history of Revan. It contains many lessons you may need if we hope to defeat Malak and the Sith.
Don't worry. I'll find a way to stop the Sith.
Your confidence is admirable, but you must guard against pride and arrogance. These lead to the dark side.
No,
Revan's tale shows us how even the greatest of Jedi can fall to the dark side.
I know, but she was an idiot. Anyway, I'll be going now.
May the Force be with you.
Only being a jerk leads to the dark side. That's what my moral choices have told me in this game right now. Actually, let me take a look at how I'm looking. There, look at that. Just look at that. I'm better than everybody. Maybe not better than Bastila, though.
Sure.
Excuse me. Let's have a chat with this guy.
I see you insist on wandering the halls of our enclave when you should be busy studying your lessons.
What? Yeah. My training is going well, though.
It appears that soon you will achieve the rank of Padawan. Master Jar is most impressed with your progress, but I cannot help but wonder if you move forward too quickly.
Sure.
I see you in...
I know. I want to ask some questions.
I suppose such desires are inevitable, though I fear you may seek knowledge for which you are not prepared. Yet I will do my best to guide your quest.
So what can you tell me about Bastila?
Bastila, the young Jedi holds great promise and great danger. She can do much for both the Republic and the Council. Without her skill in battle meditation, the Sith Armada would have conquered the galaxy long ago. But despite her command of the Force, Bastila is still young. She is a Jedi, but she has not attained the rank of Master. The Council would do well to remember this before we lay the fate of the galaxy on her slender shoulders. You would do well to focus more closely on your lessons. The Force is strong with you, but you need training and guidance in the ways of the Jedi, lest you suffer a fate similar to that of Revan.
Nah, don't worry.
I see you.
I know, I want to ask some questions. So, is there anything you can tell me about Revan and Malak?
Revan was once a promising Padawan, but ever eager to learn more about the Force. Revan sought knowledge of ancient Sith magics, foolishly ignoring the dangerous lure of the dark side. When the Mandalorian invasion came, Revan seized the opportunity it presented. Many Jedi flocked to the Outer Rim to follow the charismatic young knight, and many fell under the sway of the dark side.
What happened on the Outer Rim to corrupt Revan?
I do not believe Revan and Malak were corrupted on the Outer Rim. They had begun their journey down the dark path long before the Mandalorian threat appeared. Here on Dantooine, they discovered a sinister cave, a place where the strength of the dark side overwhelms the light. Perhaps this discovery was what first corrupted them. Or perhaps they sought the cave out because they were already corrupted. Whatever the explanation, the Order was unable to turn them back to the light. Had the Council taken more decisive action in this matter, perhaps Revan and Malak could have been stopped. But in this we failed. You would do well to focus more closely on your lessons. The Force is strong with you, but you need training and guidance in the ways of the Jedi, lest you suffer a fate similar to that of Revan.
You go back to that, man. I won't. But with each dialogue, though, I get more and more the impression that they're just a cult. It's really interesting the way they're portrayed. I'm trying to be as pragmatic as possible here. They treat the dark side as nothing more than just a pure black. There's nothing there's nothing good to it. It's just terrible things. It corrupts and it's, oh, I can bring it back and whatever. So yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know what to think about that. I mean, I'm not gonna join the dark side in this playthrough. That's gonna happen in Knights of the Old Republic 2, because of course that's a different game altogether. I am really curious to see how that goes, but yeah, let's have a check with him a little bit more, because there's another question. You often seem angry with me, Master Vroom. Have I displeased you?
If you find me overly critical, perhaps it is because you do not fully understand what is at stake. For 15,000 years, the Republic has brought peace and stability to the galaxy.
Nice
now
deflection.
The Republic may be destroyed because we, the Jedi, have failed.
I don't find you
Revan and
overly
Malak
critical.
were paragons of the ideals the Order seeks to uphold. Yet they succumb to the temptations of the dark side.
You're just
When
angry.
Revan fell, Malak took up the mantle of Dark Lord of the Sith. Should Malak be stopped, what is to stop another Jedi from taking his place? This is the burden we Masters must carry. Only through strict training and relentless lessons can we prevent the Dark Master from being reborn. That is why the Order can brook no failure in our apprentices and pupils. That is why I can accept nothing but perfection from you. You would do well to focus...
Oh no, I just shut up with that. Yes, I need to train. I know I need to train. There's my training computer over there. So let's do this. Let's get our training underway. Access information database, data link confirmed. Welcome, Sentient. It is important for the peace and harmony of all beings that the many paths of the Jedi Order be understood. Only through knowledge can all the truth of the Force... What? Can all see the truth of the Force, yes. Jedi Guardians train for battles and physical prowess. In contrast, Jedi Counselors seek to master the awesome power of the Force. Jedi Sentinels seek to find a balance between the two extremes. Okay, so I am, excuse me, I'm the mixture. Right? I think basically a Guardian mastered the awesome power of the Force. So that's a melee guy. I'm not a melee guy. I should probably stick to the Sentinel. I want to cast a spell, so I probably should stick to the Sentinel. Although I'm not very good at that, so maybe a Counselor is really gonna be what I want to do, because all my stats basically. So yeah, I'm gonna go with a Counselor. Excuse me. Counselors seek to master the awesome power of the Force. Is that yeah, Guardians are physical, and yeah, there it is. Let's go with the, okay, I'm gonna show, let's start with the statistical comparisons of all three classes. 10 Vitality, Force 4, oh. Seems pretty simple. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Consular there. Force points is what I want. Per level, that's per level. Jedi Consulars seek to bring balance to the universe. They focus less on physical combat and more on mental disciplines in order to augment their masteries of the Force. Basic class attributes, 6 Vitality per level, 8 Force points per level, slow skill progression, slow feat progression. Jedi Consulars gain the Force Focus feat automatically. This feat makes it harder for the opponents to resist their Force power. Okay. Wait a minute. So I can... It's not a choice? I know, it's fine. Let's learn about the other ones then. Jedi Guardians battle against the forces of the evil and dark side. They focus on combat training and masterful use of lightsaber. Basic class attributes, that's 10 Vitality per level, Force points per level, slow skill progression, fast feat progression. And then the Consulars... that's the balanced ones. They focus less on physical combat and more on mental... Wait a minute, that's not the balanced ones. That's, yeah, there it is. Jedi Sentinels ferret out deceit and injustice, bringing them to light. They strike a balance between the physical and mental disciplines of the Jedi Order. Basic class attributes, 8 Vitality per level, 6 Force points per level, average skill progression, slow feat progression. So yeah, I think Consular is really what I want. So yeah, that's gonna be that. That's gonna be the thing I'm gonna train. But that's gonna have to be on the next episode. For now, I'm KotOR RPG, and this has been Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye!